Today is a good day. Why is today a good day? Today is a good day because we're in the F40. This is car number 5, my last car, and it is obscene, absolutely ridiculous thing. I sort of forget how awesome it is, and when I haven't driven it in a while, and then you drive it. This thing makes me laugh a lot. Takes a little bit of time to warm up in the morning, but when it's up to temperature, it pops and bangs like nothing else. Absolutely, just like. Shoots flames, everything awesome. This is Ferrari. This is like all that sort of passion stuff people talk about. I don't know whether they put it into actually manufacturing the things, but this seems to run really well, and it puts a smile on everyone's faces, unless you're one of those people with just trying to give people tickets because their car's too loud. It's quite loud. I try to be pretty sensible and not create too much noise, but it is very loud, as you can probably hear or not hear. I have to have Waze on because the speedo's in kilometers an hour, and it's quite difficult to read. I'm not very good at converting. I could probably put some stickers on it, but it seems to work quite well. And it tells me about speed cameras as well. There is something just super special about 3 pedals, an amazing gated gearbox, and that's it. It's just you and a lot of boost. This thing is so crazy, so crazy. I don't know whether you can hear anything at all, but it's starting to warm up now, the engine, and you're just starting to get those pops that to me is just F40, like box of popcorn, like little popcorn machine just going pop, 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 pop. Except it's more like bang, 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 bang. So good, so good. As is the case, I've driven about 4 miles and I've got no fuel left, so it's time to fill up the car. I guess, I don't know, some F40 facts. This is when my memory is a complete failure. They're not very heavy. I think they're 1150, 1100, something like that, kilos, quite light. Someone will correct me. I need to actually look that up, but I think they're about, 1150 kilos. They're about 485 horsepower. Most people reckon they've got 500. I think they could have 500. It feels, I think it feels about that sort of amount for the lightweight. And the way it delivers the power, that is the thing about this car that separates it from other stuff. Yeah, it's turbocharged, but it sounds amazing. I'd say it doesn't quite have the top end, but the top end is pretty mega. And then when you lift off, all hell breaks loose. Even just like 1 mile an hour, you lift off and it's like boom, 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 boom. But the way the power comes in, it's like, oh yeah, this is sort of quick, and then it's warp speed, like wheel spin, everything, just butt clench. It is mental. I'm also getting really quite hot in here. What have we got in the cabin? We have a gear stick, handbrake, some AC dials, which do work quite well. just that does quite a better job of heating the car than this could ever do. But they do cool it down. Left-hand drive. Is it a problem? I now don't have a problem driving left-hand drive. I've driven quite a bit. Obviously I had this car, and I've driven a lot abroad, and it's just a spacing thing. I don't have a problem with it. Would I drive a left-hand drive car in the UK all the time? No, because it makes it difficult to overtake and stuff. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. If you want to find an F40, have a look at a petrol station. That is where they're going to be. Quick one, when you're filling up, you can fill up in either side, so here or there, and it puts about 50 litres in, I think, and then it tells you that it's full when it's a 120 litre tank, I think. So you kind of just have to sort of squeeze a bit more in. You can normally get another 20 litres in when it's said it's full up, and then it's kind of full up. The gauge is unreliable, some might say. Couple of facts about the car. It is a 1989, which means it has no cats and non-adjustable suspension. Now some of them have like a suspension that stiffens up and stuff. It can go wrong. So the more desirable, generally considered, I don't know, the more desirable are the earlier cars, sort of pre-1990. I think there's a couple. There's the super early ones, which were like the 87 cars, but for some reason they're a 91 year, something like that, which have the plexi windows. Doesn't matter, it's epic. Sun's out in an F40. What more could you want? I guess I'll tell you what I would want. I want to be in the south of France on a nice alpine road rather than driving through London. But at the same time, this isn't too bad. I'm having a lot of fun. And the noise this thing makes is just ridiculous. So ridiculous. I hope you can see from the smile on my face how much fun I'm having. Something that people might think is the car too low? It's actually got decent enough clearance at the front where you can get over stuff, you can get over most things without scraping. You do have to do the little crab, and everyone's like, what is this guy doing? Get out of the way, hurry up. Well, if a car's really low, mate, and you're in a van, give it a break. MPG? No idea, not a lot. Single figures. That's about it, that's all you know. I don't care, I put money in, smiles come out, flames come out, noise, epic noises come out. That is it for me, worth it. For some reason, all F40s seem to be a little bit different. It's very Italian. This one, you can hear the turbo really quite loud. It's like, and everybody's letting me out. Thank you very much, Mr. Iceland Van. The only thing I don't have, which I'd quite like in here, would be a cigarette lighter. Now I'm sure someone can just plug something into a little bit of wires and get it. So what my solution at the moment is I have a big battery pack that I carry around and use that to charge my phone and things like that. I like having battery. Other than that, sorted. When you have a look around the cabin, the first time I had a look at an F40, you're like, oh my god, there's this carbon Kevlar stuff, and it's all shiny. This one's particularly shiny. And it looks lovely. You feel like you're in something lightweight. There's nothing else in it apart from the bucket seat. Bucket seats, steering wheel, the pedals, gear stick. Could do with some tunes. What I do for music is I have one of these UE Megaboom things, like a big Bluetooth speaker, and it just so happens, sizing wise, it fits perfectly in this little gap down here. and it stays there. So I just plug that in, that's plenty loud enough, and there we go, you got music, sorted. I saw someone do it, first time I thought of something like that was I saw someone doing it with an F50, and the middle of there is all carbon, and they had a suction cup stuck on the carbon center console with a gripper on a Bluetooth speaker, and that's what they used for theirs. I thought that was very cool. The interior of this car seems to be designed for, I guess, an Italian person. So, small legs, just small legs, and long arms. So, for me to get the driving position right, I have to have my legs up by my up by my knees, up by my ears, my knees by my ears, and then the steering wheel was really, really far away, and the steering wheel was also slightly tilted, a little bit like a lorry, which is a bit unusual, or like a go-kart, you could say, as I think that's a better comparison. Lorry, go-kart, same sort of thing. But what I've done is I put a spacer on this bit here, just behind the steering wheel. I think we've got a 20mm spacer, and that means the steering wheel's a bit closer, so I can have my feet a bit further away, with the seat a bit further back, and therefore I don't have such a ridiculous bend in my knees. But you definitely have to fit into the car rather than fit around you, like nothing moves, just the seat forward and backwards. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when it goes, and it goes. It goes. Something I don't think you can tell, and you probably can't hear, with this car, is this blue. What the hell? Why have you got blue F40, Sam? Where did it come from? Well, originally it was white, so I didn't turn a red one blue. I'm not that guy. I wouldn't do that. I thought so everyone was. This is the thing about this car. Everybody wants to say hello and want to talk to you, which is kind of cool. Like, I'm perfectly happy to talk to anyone as long as I've got time. But where do I need to go? Oh, get straight through. Tunnel! Tunnel! I think this is what I enjoy about this car. You can't push it on the road because you'd be nuts. It's nuts. Like when you're going fast around a corner and you hit a slight bump, the whole car kind of picks up and jumps over, which is quite scary. Like I mean, it feels okay. The car's under control, but whew, makes you jump, makes you jump a little bit. Right, back to what I was saying. Why is this car blue? Well, it was white, and I managed to get it for a good price, and I negotiated. It had all this like big body kit and stuff on it, so I put it back to original, and all the panels that were original panels that went back on were unpainted. So now you get the weave through the blue, which if you respray the red one, I think it's possible to get the weave again, but it's not certain, it's unlikely, and everyone likes seeing weave through paint. It looks cool. And yeah, what colour is it? It's a blue that I made up. I wasn't quite happy with the ones available, or the sort of standard ones, so I made one that's slightly different. And it's that, and I think it looks mega. Some people say you should only have a red F40, you know, Ferrari red. Well, you know, so what? I haven't seen anyone that's seen this and thought it doesn't look amazing. Yeah, you might think it shouldn't be done, but in my opinion, it was white, so I'm not going to paint it red, and I love blue, so the chance to have a blue F40 couldn't tell it up. This thing is amazing. This thing is just so good. It really, it gets me that gear. I love this thing. What's it like cruising? It's actually quite comfy. The seat's pretty comfy. Back's a little bit sweaty, but that's a temperature thing rather than anything else. And you just sort of slot it in 6 or 5 even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th or 4th, I'm doing 50 miles an hour. It's not too loud. I have some headsets for if you're on the motorway, and you put it in that, and it feels like you're in an S-Class or something. It's just refined because it has big tyres. So the sidewalls are like, I don't know, that or something. That gives it that extra bit of plush, and we definitely miss that these days. I do like big rims on cars. I think they look really smart and look good, but we are missing a little bit of trick on ride quality with no tyre wall. How does the car run in hot temperatures? That's fine. It's like all the dials are like boom, 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 where they need to be. In fact, it's running a little bit cool, which is perfect. They seem to have adequately cooled this car. Lots of massive radiators and stuff. It doesn't seem to have a problem, and I'm sure the big slats in the back must help massively with getting the heat out. Not so good at stopping the rain getting in, but good at keeping heat out. Let me try and explain what it's like driving this car. First of all, you turn it on, and it's loud. Seriously loud. So loud. But like, it starts warming up, and then it starts going like, and then you lift off, and it's just like, and that's at sort of 20 miles an hour in town. If you get to sort of, where does it rev up to? It revs up to 7.5, something like that. And even just go up to about 4.5, lift off. If you've like been flat up to that point, lift off, you get massive flames, like a proper, and if not, it just goes like crazy, absolutely nuts. And then you're very aware that it's quite intimidating because it's so loud, so raw. Everyone's looking at you. If you're parking, you've got about 300 people who've stopped to have a look. I really hope some of this noise is coming across. Like now I'm flat in second, so there's like no boost, no boost, no boost. And then just as it comes in, it's just like, even now, what, like practically 30 years later after this car was built, it still feels crazy fast, which is the sort of thing that people say, like, what must it have been like then? What must this car have been like when it came out? I just have no idea. And there is a guy doing a wheelie down the street in front of me on a scooter. Oh dear.